welcome to yet another fantastic episode of Planet K. My name is David Luaga.
And my name is Phoebe Nekesaisi. We're still at the beach like last week and the week before that. We're having fun, enjoying ourselves. Now, David, we're here with animals. And I'm kind of scared of this place.
Actually, we're kind of scared. It's very high from the ground. But anyway, we should be brave.
I'm scared of heights, man.
Yeah, we should be brave. And and next week is Christmas. What are we expecting to see in Christmas? I'm expecting a lot of presents. And if you don't bring them, hey. For those of you who are watching, thank you very much for watching Planet K. Every weekend is still watching the #1 children's show in Uganda and all over the world. Anyway, we're still bringing you fantastic things, and thank you for tuning in. Let's go to K News and see what we're having this week in K News.
Check it out. Kampala Kids Run is an initiative aimed at improving the health of children by providing them with the motivation and support to live happier and healthy lifestyles. The Kampala Kids, together with the Uganda Athletics Federation, organized the event. The main aim of the event was to fundraise support for the kids in K Ssn who are affected by floods.
Thank you very much. You're still watching Planet K, but we had fun at the Kampala Kids Run. Actually, Kampala Kids Run is all about fundraising money to go to K Ssn where they had floods some time back. They're trying to rebuild the whole situation to one stable thing. It was really fantastic, enjoyable. It was a blast. But always give back to the community. Don't forget that. Thank you, Kampala Kids Run. I hope you enjoyed it.
Child abuse is against children's rights. The only thing we can do to promote children's rights is to fight against child abuse. Child abuse has led to child sacrifice. Child abuse has led to high death rate of infants. So we need to fight against child abuse to to lower the death rate of infants.
It was a moment to remember and celebrate as children of glorious kids. Nabweru graduated from kindergarten level to primary 1.
By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I congratulate all of you upon finishing your education and graduating into P1. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Congratulations. 3, 2, 2.5, 1, 1.5, 0.
I wish them a very happy Christmas and prosperous New Year with my parents and my teachers. They enjoy and they celebrate their Christmas very well.
The children attended the ceremony and received certificates of merit from their teachers. The ceremony was spiced up with different entertainment acts. Welcome back from K News. I hope you enjoyed seeing whatever we saw, but I hope you had a lot of fun in seeing it, you know.
And got updated about what's going on. Actually, Phoebe has just told me she's scared.
It's a real one.
It's a real one.
And it's killing an antelope with another one biting his... Okay, maybe we're just psyching.
Yes, psyching. Actually, that only happens in Bekenboro and other national parks that you will find whatever. Actually, I've seen one. Actually,
Yeah.
I've seen a lion eat an antelope. But anyway, we shouldn't tell you our stories. We're just to bring you the stories to you. So this week, check out health tips as we bring you whatever you need to keep yourself healthy for Christmas as it comes this next week.
It's K Health.
Hello friends out there watching Planet K. Welcome to this episode of K Health. My name is Dr. Maureen Kamateka and I work with Muju Care in Mulago Hospital. I'm happy to be here today to talk to you about a condition which is quite common in children your age. And we are going to be talking about a condition called chickenpox. Chickenpox is actually a viral infection, and viruses are very small bugs which you cannot actually see with the naked eye. And the virus that causes chickenpox is called varicella zoster. Like we see in this picture here, this is how it looks like. This virus gets into the body and your body will react to this virus and then produce what we call symptoms of chickenpox. So we are going to look at how chickenpox is spread. Basically, usually spread through coughing or sneezing if you have the infection and you cough or sneeze, what you sneeze out are what we call contaminated droplets, and somebody else breathes it in or touches where you have sneezed, and these droplets have fallen on a surface and they also touch themselves, then they may actually catch this infection. The common symptom of chickenpox is a rash, and this rash usually can affect any part of the body, but commonly it will affect the face, the chest areas, the arms, and sometimes it may also spread to the scalp. It can also actually affect what we call the mucous membranes, like in the mouth, under the eyelids of the eye, so it can also actually affect those areas. But there are other symptoms, and these can sometimes happen before this rash breaks out. So once you have the infection, it takes some days before you start having symptoms, what we call the incubation period. And some of the other symptoms that you may have include fever, so you feel hot, you feel generally weak, what we call malaise, and then in a few days you start seeing this rash erupting all over the body. If you wake up in the morning and you see this rash and you're not feeling well, what do you do? So as we usually say, children out there, if you're not feeling well, the first thing to think about is to tell the people who are looking after you at home, or if you're at school, to tell the teachers. Sometimes the adult person may be able to tell that this is chickenpox because it's a relatively common condition and quite easy to tell from the outlook, especially when the rash has come on. So in terms of management, chickenpox can actually be managed at home. Most of the time it's a mild illness, but sometimes it can have complications, especially in people whose immunity system or whose body defense is weakened because of maybe another condition, another illness. In those people, the infection can actually be complicated. So it's important to be sure that it's managed well. So for the mild cases of chickenpox, drugs that treat the virus are not really required. Most of the time what is required is medications that will relieve the symptoms. So the rash characteristically is also quite itchy and irritating. So one of the most important things is to try and relieve that irritation from the rash. Most of the time there are lotions that are available in the pharmacies, but of course they have to come with a prescription from a medical person that you can actually use to apply onto the skin to relieve the itching and the irritation from the eruption on the skin. For the fevers, you can get medicines that control the fever from the pharmacies, and you give the child this medication to relieve those symptoms. So for the more complicated cases of chickenpox, as we have talked about, that in some people, especially those who have a weakened body defense, then the chickenpox can actually be more complicated. So these require to really be managed in the hospital. And in those circumstances, there are drugs that may be prescribed. These are called antiviral drugs, and those drugs basically fight against the chickenpox virus or the varicella virus. The primary method of preventing chickenpox is through vaccination or immunization, and this basically is a vaccine that is injected so that your body can build defense or immunity, so that if you ever get in touch with the chickenpox virus, your body can actually actively fight it and you don't get the bad symptoms of the infection. So that vaccine is usually given to children between the ages of 12 months, a year, to about 15 months. And then a second dose is given at the kindergarten age of about 4 to 6 years. And the most important thing is to make sure that you are washing your hands properly with enough soap and water. We have seen some pictures here of how you need to wash your hands. Again, children, if you're not tall enough to wash your hands properly, or you cannot reach the soap, you can't open the soap can, you need to ask your parents to help you to wash your hands properly, not only to prevent chickenpox but even other diseases which are contagious. So I hope that you have learned a lot from me today about chickenpox infection, and that you're going to use this information for your general health and well-being. So till next time on K Health, this has been Dr. Maureen. Bye-bye.
Fly through the sky, through the sky, through the sky.
Welcome back from K Ssn. I hope you enjoyed getting those whole tips in your brain, because you know you need them. And remember, it's coming to Christmas season. Those ones who are buying for me and David gifts, you really want to buy me a cool present? Buy me a pet.
Yeah, but anyway, don't forget to SMS your visit 6565, like our Facebook page, plan NTVUganda, SMS your visit to the address below your screens. But now, let's go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back with
K Ssn.